right, mic check number two. Mic check, mic check, mic check. We are live on X, live on Twitch, and live on YouTube. Quick mic check. Hear the sound of my voice. Give me a thumbs up. Comment section on YouTube, X. Make sure everything's all dialed in here on the web. Ha! Here we are, man. I know I'm scary. Oh my God, you're scary looking. How's everyone doing, man? Happy Saturday. UFC fight night's going on in the background as I'm watching Strickland. Maybe Strickland got his ass beat tonight. We'll have to wait and see on that. Happy Saturday, man. G here of Into the Square Circle podcast, where we talk about all things professional wrestling. We're going to be going all over the damn place tonight, man. And hey, before I continue on, give me a follow and subscribe right here at X, on YouTube as well, live on Twitch. Give me a follow and subscribe if you love all things professional wrestling. You're a Chicago guy like myself. Maybe you're a Chicago guy as well. Give me a follow and subscribe. Go Cubs, go! Despite they got the ass beat twice. Yes, I know it's preseason out in Arizona. Anyway, man, give me a follow and subscribe on social media, of course. Scan the QR code right above me if you want to take the podcast to go. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you, brother, listen to your favorite podcast. All you have to do is type in Into the Square Circle podcast. Take the podcast to go. All right. All right. Dialed in the dials here. Again, the monkey's in the trunk. Make sure everything looks good. Very good. So what we're going to talk about here on the live stream, very simple. You see it on the top screen as I promote it on here. What's in the crate? That big old box has been traveling between Raw and SmackDown. Do not open till February 28th, which is right here in Chicago. Not Allstate Arena, United Center. Very expensive tickets, United Center for WWE Elimination Chambers. What's in the box? Drop it in the comment section. Keep it PG, keep it appropriate. Don't get too naughty. What's in the box? Can you take a guess? Someone's going to come out the box. Is there a zoo animal? Is there an elephant going to come out? Is there a loaded gun? What's in the box? We'll talk about that momentarily. It's getting on my goddamn nerves already. It's been on Raw. It's going on SmackDown. Now the SmackDown says ship it back to Raw. So pretty sure on Raw, they're going to ship it back to SmackDown. Just open the goddamn box already. Anyway, we'll talk about that momentarily. Hey, AEW Dynamite. Did you enjoy Dynamite this past Wednesday? Did you enjoy the MJF and Adam Page promo? The little face-to-face. They got a little hot date for the AEW World Champion in Los Angeles, California. A couple weeks in March for AEW's Revolution, the next pay-per-view. So we'll talk about that here on the show as well. Mr. McMahon or Vince McMahon. The video is out. If you haven't seen it by now, some of the bitch is going 100 miles plus, crashing. Pretty crazy. Wild to watch. I have the video posted ready on here. We're going to dial it in. We're going to watch the McMahon video. If you haven't seen it or not, we're going to stop and go. We're going to make fun of it. And thankfully, no one got injured. All right, so we'll talk about that here on the live stream. The future of WrestleMania Royal Rumble here in Chicago. I know, like, so what, G? Why do we have to talk about this? Well, the big news throughout the news the past couple days, if you live in Chicago and Atlanta area or not, it's been making national news in the world of the football league because the Chicago Bears has been the hot topic the past 2 days. There's some big lawmaking moves here. They're talking about, moving the Chicago Bears to Northwest Indiana. And if you don't know, it's Hammond, Indiana, right on the corner. Still considered Chicagoland area if you live here in the area. There's been talks about building a new stadium, a new state-of-the-art stadium, just like all the modern ones around the United States. The NFL teams like the Minnesota Vikings, the Buffalo Bills are building a new stadium. So there's new stadiums being developed, and they're talking about moving them from Soldier Field from downtown Chicago, the iconic stadium in downtown Chicago. They might moving the Bears to Northwest Indiana, which is pissing off a lot of Bears fans. Now, what does this got to do with professional wrestling? Well, if they're going to build a new stadium, there's a pretty good chance they're going to bring big events to the Chicagoland area or Northwest Indiana, Hammond, Indiana. Could we get a WrestleMania 2028, 2029? Who knows? Maybe a Royal Rumble. Now, Indianapolis, Indiana got their own Royal Rumble back in 25. Now, that's been the talk of the town, where they're going to put this new stadium at. We'll get a little bit more deep into this conversation later on in the live stream as well. So if you're watching live right now and you're a new viewer, give me a follow, subscribe. Drop a comment section down below, man, of anything we're going to talk about, your opinions, of course. Now, of course, I forgot to mention on the above that we're going to talk about Elimination Chamber as well. That's been a lot of the build going this coming Saturday, not tonight, this coming Saturday, February 28th, live at the United Center, the west side of the Windy City in the Medical District, of course. Very expensive tickets. I'm very looking at them, and they're stupid high right now. And a lot of people are like, $500 is cheap. All right. If that's where you want to throw your money out and spend it on, $500 goes a long way for me. Pays a lot of the bills, put groceries, put gas in both of our vehicles in our house. $500 goes a long way. $500 can go towards a week at a hotel, somewhere in the mountains of Tennessee, somewhere, on a beach somewhere in this fucking country, right? $500 can get me a long way, right? Instead of a whopping 4 hours inside of arena, get stuck in traffic as you leave the arena. It takes you an hour to get out the goddamn parking lot at the United Center. If you've ever been to the United Center, it's a beautiful arena, right? I've been to it many times. Seen Lincoln Park last year in that building, seen Kiss. I've seen the Chicago Blackhawks playing there. You name it, man. I've seen some of the greatest rock and roll bands playing inside of that venue. It's a beautiful venue. Nothing beats the old Chicago Stadium, which was right across the street. The old barn, which was super loud. It's now torn down into a parking lot for the Chicago, the United Center. And if you've ever been to the United Center, it's a very beautiful building. Now, yes, expensive. You got to pay for parking. Beers are like $25, right? Pizza is like fucking $20 alone. You're going to be loading up a lot of money, and not including the merch. Now, we know WWE Elimination Chamber has their own store, which is not too far from the stadium. They got some autographs signed or photo opportunities. You're planning traveling to the Chicagoland area. So if you're planning on traveling to the United Center, first thing I got to say, be safe. It's Chicago, man. It's the Wild West out there. Be safe out there. Just like any other major city across the United States, Chicago can get pretty dicey as well. So just know where you're going and plan your trip accordingly. Be safe. You come into the city. And of course, support independent wrestling companies. We have plenty around the Chicagoland area. I'm not going to name each one of them, but do your homework. Check them out. There's a lot of independent wrestling companies out there. So if you're going to come out here to the Elimination Chambers, just do your research. Check out independent wrestling shows out there. A lot of great stuff out there. I highly encourage you guys to go support local wrestling shows. All right. That's my little PSA to you out there. Support wrestling independent shows when you come to Chicago for Elimination Chambers. Now, that being said, since we're on the topic of Elimination Chambers, we got a few guys, few gals are re-entering the chamber between the men's and women's for this coming Saturday at the United Center, of course. Let me pull up the graphic here, courtesy of WWE.com here, of course. And since we are here, and let me pull up the file here. Let's see, imaging files here. Let's see what we're going to pick here, the men's or the women's graphics here for the Elimination Chambers. All right. So bear with me here as the fine folks in the production truck here, multi-million-dollar production here. Let's get into the men's production here, man. And let's take a look here. Here we are. Here's the current graphic for the men's WWE Elimination Chamber. We still got that son of a bitch vacant. That's the guy you got to keep your eyes on. Yeah. L.A. Knight. Yeah. Cody Rhodes. RKO himself, Randy Orton. We got Whoop That Trick Williams, Javon Evans. You got some young blood in here. No pun intended to the rock and roll singer young blood. You got some young guys in here, man. Inject some young guys in there, man. Man, you can imagine Javon Evans is doing some insane aerial, jumps on top of the pods or climbing up the chamber cage. That's the guy you should be watching at the Elimination Chambers, man. Javon Evans, he's definitely going to be bouncy inside the chamber. Now, we still got one more men's vacant spot open for the Elimination Chamber. So I'll leave it up to you guys. We got one spot open. Who do you think's going to move on to WrestleMania? Now, again, we got Drew McIntyre, still got a hot date open. Somebody's going to face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Now, we've seen a little teaser this past Friday on SmackDown between Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn, he's got a little loopy up here on the old noggin up here. And, he's being a little cocky bastard, the Sami Zayn he is. And so, Cody Rhodes gave him a little, fact check. Like, dude, man, you're doing this shit to yourself. You ain't winning shit. You haven't been the champion yet. And you're doing this shit to yourself. So it's a little reality check this past Friday on SmackDown. Now, Sami Zayn made a very point and clear that, maybe Cody Rhodes could be champion again. That's if he survived the Elimination Chamber this coming Saturday at the United Center right here in Chicago. Could Randy Orton get a possibility move on here? We'll have to wait and see on that. LA Knight, could he get a chance? Even the young guys, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, all right? We still got one spot open. We'll have to wait and see what that's going to be filled with. But we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on this. But again, stay tuned to my previews and predictions in coming days. We'll talk some more details about that. But here is your current update for Elimination Chamber's men's match, of course. And again, leave it in the comment section. Who do you want to see face Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania? I'll leave it up to you guys. It's up to you and who you want to pick and who you want to walk away as a big fat winner at the United Center. All right, so let's move on to the women's. All right, if you're the fan of the women's, well, this is for you. So let me go ahead and give you guys the exact file. The guys in the production truck here, loading up the graphic here, courtesy of WWE.com. All right, this is the beautiful ladies here. We got Alexa Bliss. We got the mommy herself, Rhea Ripley. We also got Tiffany Stratton. Last night, I was quite sure, I was a little surprised here. Kiana James. All right, they're pushing her. They're putting her to the chamber. We'll see how long she'll be lasting inside of these fine, fantastic veteran women's in the ring. And Asuka, right? Asuka's part of this match as well. So we still got one more spot open for the women's elimination chamber. Of course, going to be determined this coming week on Raw and SmackDown between the men's and women's. So there you go. So far right now, we have a whopping 5 ladies already part of the women's elimination chamber this coming Saturday at the United Center right here in the mean streets of Chicago, Illinois. All right. All right. Good little refreshment here. All right. So there we go. We got the men's, we got the women's all lined up. We got one more to go. Again, in the coming days, I'll give you guys my previews and predictions. And again, leave it on the comment section down below, man, if you're watching live. Who do you think will move on and face either, I'm not sure what's set right now. Is it Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer? Or is it Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill? I'm not sure what's going on there right now, but someone's going to go to WrestleMania. It's going to come after the other women's champion. It could be Jade Cargill. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled on it right now. But here is the current state of the women's elimination chamber set up right now. So there we go. So there is the women's right there. All right. And we got the men's as well. So we got both of them right there so far. So we got both vacant. One more fill-in to get in for both the men's and women's elimination chamber, right? Pretty good. That being said, let's move on to the crate that's been passing around like hotcakes. And, well, all right, I'm going to leave it up to you guys, man. I gave you guys some thoughts, gave you guys some times, think about it. Think about the old crate that's been passing around on Raw and SmackDown here. So the production truck here is loading up the crate photo here. There it is, delivered to WWE. Do not open until February 28th of 2026, which is this coming Saturday at the United Center. Your thoughts, your opinions, your final thoughts on what's in this goddamn box. I mean, could it be illegal cocaine coming across the border from Cuba? Could it be illegal fireworks right over the border of Indiana? If you live in the Chicagoland area, you know what I'm talking about. Illinois, you're not allowed to have some fireworks. So a lot of people cross over. Hammond, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, buy some fireworks and hop back over the border and shoot them off. Same thing, Wisconsin. You hop over the Wisconsin border, get some fireworks. Could there be some fireworks inside of here? Could Big Dick Johnson could be all oiled up, dancing his ass off in his crate? I don't know. Your thoughts? What's in the box? Is there a dinosaur? Is there an animal zoo? The Triple H order an exotic animal, a python snake. I don't know. I know we see these reports. Chris Jericho showing up. He showed up. Yep. I got my ticket. I spent $10,000 on a front row ticket to see Chris Jericho. I'm a dumb son of a bitch. Now, maybe I'm the dumb son of a bitch. Maybe Chris Jericho will show up. I don't know, man. I'm not a insider reporter. I'm not a dirt sheet writer. I'm a dipshit in my basement. You see him, I'm an action figure. I'm a mark. I'm a loser. I'm telling you right now, man, I don't know what's in the box. All right? I'll leave it up to you guys. We're just having a little fun here, man. Could there be baby oil, McMahon photos inside of there? I don't fucking know, man. There's been a lot of talks about certain individual who could be a free agent in the wrestling world. I don't know. I mean, could it be a friend of a CM Punk? I don't know. I mean, Ace Steel? I don't think it's going to be that one. Let's see. I'm trying to think here. Who? Damn it. Who could be in the box? I mean, maybe it could be this guy right here. You know, a little evil, right? I mean, could it be Danhausen? I mean, I promise I don't have cocaine in my hand. I got a little sore throat here, so I'm trying to soothe my throat here. Could it be Danhausen? That'd be pretty damn cool. Now, a lot of people will be like, who the fuck is that creepy dude? You got all these WWE hardcore fans like, who the fuck is that? Who that? Who that? Now, if you're an everyday wrestling fan like myself, you know who the hell this guy is. I love this guy. I love Danhausen. Could it be this guy coming out the box? That'd be pretty badass. That'd be a big moment for him. But who knows, man? Drop it in the comment section, man. You guys are pretty quiet out there. It's Saturday night. I know we got UFC action going down. Hopefully Strickland get his ass beat tonight. We'll have to wait and see on that. I don't know, man. Your thoughts and opinion. What's in that goddamn box? I mean, I'm running out of deals here, man. So, I don't know. Your opinions. Leave it on the comment section down below. So, what's in the Crocs? The Crocs. I'm wearing Crocs right now. I know. I'm a weirdo. Yes, the shipping crate. It's moving on to Monday Night Raw. And, well, we'll see what they're going to do with it. Well, there's that. There's your news update on that goddamn shipping crate. You're expecting big developmental news here. I don't know, man. All right, let's move on here. MJF, Adam Page, AEW Dynamite. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, let's talk about that for a second. Was that a good shit or no? Or, maybe some of the fans react to it and booed because there's a little stipulation. There's a little stipulation to this match here. Now, this past Wednesday on Dynamite, we had a face-to-face between these fine, good-looking guys here. Your AEW World Champion, MJF, and the hanger man himself, Adam Page. Great face-to-face here. Come on, man. MJF scolds anyone who's on the mic. Guy's a fucking king. I love MJF, man. Say I'm a MJF. Mark, I love the guy. Now, Adam Page. Let's talk about him here for a second. Of course, he has a match towards the end of the night of Dynamite, which we'll talk about that momentarily. Now, both guys are going to have a hot date in Los Angeles, California for AEW's Revolution live on pay-per-view next month. Now, that being said, it's going to be a big-time match for AEW. Could Adam Page defeat MJF? Yeah, and Revolution. Now, that being said, I said Adam Page wants a stipulation. Now, he said, look, you and I, then I'm speaking as MJF. No, I'm not MJF. Adam Page. My apologies here. So if I'm Adam Page, you are MJF. And what he said on Dynamite this past Wednesday, hey, man, we're both similar alike, right? We're both young. We're both carrying the company on our backs. I am the former AEW World Champion. You, MJF, your current MJF, he is current AEW World Champion. That being said, we both have some similar resume here. We both are similar alike. MJF had that look like, hey, fuck ain't you are, man. You ain't on the same level as the devil here. That being said, MJF was like, look, man, let's end this once and for all. This little feud we have between both of us. Let's have a stipulation here. Right? And he asked the fans, what do you guys want to see? You want a steel cage? What do you want? And MJF shot it down right off the bat. And MJF said, dude, I just want a classic professional wrestling match. That's all I want. And Adam Page was like, look, man, you're a coward. You're a loser. You're a coward. Here's the deal. If I go for the AEW World Champion and I lose, I, MJF, will never, ever challenge for the AEW World Champion ever again, as long as I'm part of the company. And you hear the crowd boo. Or at least I heard the crowd boo. I'm like, is that the highest stake can go to? Just thinking about this here now. If MJF does, I'm sorry. See, I'm gonna get my brains all wrapped up here. If you think Adam Page is gonna beat MJF, and you really think that's going to happen, now I'm just saying, if it does happen, you think you up the ante a little bit? Like if I lose against you for the world champion, I will quit. I will walk out and never come back ever again. You think they'll up the ante on it? Now, if he said I'll never get another title shot ever again, you think MJF will win? And could Adam Page live with the rest of his life in AEW, not going for the world champion ever again? Or does it make sense that my career in the AEW is on the line, and I'd rather put my goddamn AEW career on the line and hopefully win the world champion? It kind of gave you a little bit more, oomph to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you kind of feel what I'm going here, Seka. Sound like Booker T here, by the way, the worst WWE Ring of Honor was that worst color commentator from Wrestling Observer. I love Booker T, man. He's great. Look, man, I'm not sure how things going to play out here at Revolution. Now, could Adam Page become the new world champion? We'll have to wait and see on that. Could MJF retain? We'll have to wait and see on that as well. So very interesting coming out of Dynamite, out of this promo. Very interesting stake getting put into this match. I don't know, man. Your thoughts and opinions. Do you think Adam Page is going to become world champion again? We know the AEW World Champion's hopping around like hotcakes as well. They switched the title back to Adam Page. How long will that be on his waist? Because Samoa Joe come back and win it. Who knows, man? We never know, man. This is professional wrestling. Anything could happen. Now, I just said a couple minutes ago, Adam Page had a match towards the end of Dynamite this past Wednesday, of course. And we had a main event match on TBS and on Maxer. Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. Now, of course, this past Wednesday in the main event between both men. Yeah, man. Swerve Strickland, man, he went fucking bat shit crazy. Now, I can't remember who won this. Swerve win? I can't remember. I don't know. My apologies on it who won the match. All I remember was Swerve Strickland went bat shit crazy. I mean, you see the photo right there. I mean, fucking plowed his ass on the table. He had Adam Page choking for his life with a chain link around his neck, just gasping for air. And man, we're starting to see the dark side. We're starting to see the very evil side of Swerve Strickland. I'm starting to like that. I kind of miss that. You know, the very dark and evil, burning people houses, that's the guy. Well, that's Adam Page, but you get what I'm saying. I like the heel version of Swerve Strickland. I love a badass Swerve, man. I love a bad man. And, he was very dangerous this past Wednesday on Dynamite, man. Fucking, destroying, laying waste on Adam Page, man. That's something we have to keep our eyes peeled on. Swerve Strickland, say what you want about him. He's a tough son of a bitch, a former world champion. He is the guy you want to keep your eyes on. He's very dangerous, and we'll have to wait to see what's going to come up this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. So, very interesting, man. Very interesting. And I don't know. Do you guys like Swerve Strickland as a bad guy, or do you like him as a good guy? I don't know, man. I like just something attracts to him for me as a evil son of a gun. And when he gets dangerous like that, man, I get yes, that a boy. Choke him out. So we'll have to wait and see on that. And there we go. AEW Dynamite. Good shit, right? All right. Speaking of good shit, let's talk about cars getting rammed. That's our favorite guy here, Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, hauling ass on the expressway. Maybe he got to take a shit. Maybe he got to get home. Maybe he left. I don't know. Maybe he left the dryer on. Maybe he left the toaster on. Maybe he forgot to put the toilet seat down. Whatever it is, Mr. McMahon was hauling ass on the expressway. God damn, man. I've driven fast. I've been over, say what you want, laugh at me, point fun at me. Yeah, I know. I've driven 5 miles over. I think I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm going over 5. Maybe I'm going over 10. All right, that's my max. If I'm on an expressway and if it's dark, there's no cops around, maybe I'll go a little bit more. But maybe you're a cop watching right now. You're probably going to find my ass. You're going to radar my ass on an expressway. McMahon was going like 100, 100 plus miles an hour. Now, I'm not sure if he was trying to be Mario Andretti. I'm not sure if he's trying to be Mario Kart. I don't want to sure what's up McMahon's ass. Maybe there was something up McMahon's ass and he was pressing on the gas pedal. So, hey, let's check out the clip here, man. Let's check out the video from what's that? The Sun Report? I don't know. Let's take a look at it right here. So the production truck was dialed in here. Share the screen here with the Sun Times here. So I'm going to share the clip here, man. If you haven't seen the video, it's pretty wild, man. If you did, we'll watch it again, man. Just tap for sound here. Hope it doesn't wake my kids up upstairs. Hope the neighbors don't call the cops on me. Hey. right, here we go. Oh, loading from the sound here, man. It sounds like fucking me, folks. Goddamn ads.
Flagship multifunction.
No, I'm not interested. So give me a moment here. It's the lovely Sun Times like to put ads on these videos here. Fine folks in the internet here. So my apologies here again. Gotta love the internet, man. So here we go. We are live here. Steer on the air. Hopefully we get help. Just lost everyone on the air. That's okay. Okay, I'm still live on the air, man. I'm still live on the air. My apologies here. The production truck has got too many stuff plugged in here. So now let's go back to the video here, courtesy of thesun.com. Man, scared the shit out of me, man. Like, oh man, I'm off the air. So let's come back here to thesun.com here. And let's retry this again because man, let's go back to that clip again. Just pretty goddamn like watch this. It's very goddamn man. As I mentioned before I went off the air, as Ron Simmons would say, damn. Now, thankfully, that person in that car right here, this car, the McMahon crashed in. I mean, I don't know. I sound like he's doing okay. Thank God this didn't go worse, right? That's the most important thing coming out of this. Thank God things didn't get bad in this video. But let's go back at it again. Look at that shit, man. Hauling ass and pow. There you go. Man, that's pretty fucking wicked. And I got, fender benders in the past, right? I'm like, oh, damn. Oh, man. I'm like, but man, this man, McMahon, man, he went fucking demolition derby style here, man. I'm not sure he fucking, someone, cussed him off at the, on a Kroger store. And hey, you son of a bitch, you parked at my spot. And it was I don't know, road rage. I don't know, man. Whatever reason, McMahon just crashed in that car. Now, again, this is from the Sun exclusive you see right here, coming from the Connecticut police body cam here. And they're going to talk to Vince here, who's in the car. So let's see when we get to it.
Do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving?
All right. So, all right. So let me make sure I am sharing with you guys here. All right. So now we're about to get to the McMahon. My apologies here, folks. I just want to make sure you guys are seeing the video here. Let me go ahead and share with you guys here. Share screen here. And let's go back to the Sun's website here of the McMahon's video. Now we hear the audio. And let let me go full screen here. All right, so there we go. Much better. Now you can see. Again, my apologies here. Little production issues here. Now we got the video here. Now we've seen the crash, so we're at 57 seconds. Again, just to kind of go back again, the McMahon hitting the car, which is pretty fucking wicked. Right there. So right there, you see right there. Wow. Pretty wicked, right? Now let's get into what's that? 57 seconds here. And
Car, do you need
so
an
now
ambulance? No, I don't. All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's my granddaughter's birthday. I got to get this the next exit.
Right. Did you see me try?
so it's your granddaughter's birthday. Now either one, you're late. Holy shit. My granddaughter's birthday's today. I gotta haul ass. I gotta get to family fun zone. I mean, would you go 100 and plus miles, 110 miles an hour just to get to your granddaughter's birthday? No. You know, would I risk my life? And look, if you get there late, you know, if you're there, that's all what matters, right? Maybe you agree with me. As long as you're there, that what counts. Even if you show up late. But you know, going 100 plus miles an hour like you're a NASCAR, hauling ass, putting other people's danger in life. Now, I know I'm going on a PSA and you know, a rant here, right? That's an everyday thing on the expressway, no matter where you go to, right? No matter what city you live in, especially in Chicagoland area, Interstate 55, I-355. If you know those expressways, speed limit's like 60, 65. For some people's eyes, that's 105. Why? Someone has to go take a shit. They're late getting to work. I don't know what it is, but we live in a hurry scurry world. And, you know, people drive with their heads up their ass. No pun intended. And, well, maybe Vince had his own head up his own ass. Let's continue watching this video courtesy of thesun.com.
Up to you behind you?
I didn't see that. I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
No. I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know. I understand that, but that's why I was very confused. Right? Because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour. All right, and then you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention. Were you looking at your phone?
No, trying to drive. No, I'm not looking at my
The person was right.
Going 150 miles an hour, you know. Were you on your phone? No, I was driving. Well, no shit, you're driving. You're going 115. That's fucking insane. I mean, the young kids in their Mustangs and their Corvettes. You know, these kids are out there doing that shit, but you got a 80-year-old guy driving a car. We'll continue on. He says he haven't driven this car in a while, which is, I have a hard time fucking believing that.
In front of you. There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No, I haven't been driving my car in God knows how long.
All right. It was right in front of you. You went straight at it at 100 miles an hour. I'm just making sure you're not having a medical condition or anything. Do you need an ambulance?
No, it's not.
All right. All right. Just your registration. Is your license in here?
No, it's in my pocket.
All right.
Oh my God, you stupid fucking fool, man. You know, of all the guys get chewed out by Vince, and Vince screw Vince, right? He's chewing his own ass out. What the fuck he just did, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, allegedly, he's going to his granddaughter's birthday party. It's been a while since he driven the car. Going 115 miles an hour. Thankfully, a cop was there to capture all this, watching his ass hauling ass, no pun intended, and crash into a car. Thankfully, it didn't go bad. Very scary, man. Very, 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 very scary. And let's continue on here because I know there's part of the video where, you know, they gave him a citation.
I've driven this car quite some time.
Fast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, too fast.
Thank you.
And by the way, this is the part where this officer, by the way, Vince was in the back of SUV. And this officer is planning on traveling to Vince, where, he's telling him he's going to write his ass a ticket and he has a court date.
Hey, Mr. McMahon, how you doing? Hi. I'm the investigating trooper. Okay. So, how you doing? I know you are. So
You sent out like Reddit unit.
so Trooper Robbins that was following in the unmarked vehicle said you were doing over 100 miles an hour. All right, before you struck the vehicle. So.
Of course, you're Vince McMahon. When you get a phone call and you're talking to a cop, you're about to get a ticket and get a court date. Of course, you can do whatever the fuck you want, I guess, right?
All right, so I'm going to be issuing you a misdemeanor summons for reckless driving. Okay. So it's just going to take me about 10 minutes to write it up. I'll give you a court date, probably within 3 weeks or a month. Do you reside in Connecticut? I'm not sure. Okay, so it'll be, where are we? Westport?
Yeah.
All right. So it'll be the court right here. I'll give you the address and everything. All right, so just give me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we'll get you out of here. Okay? Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
All right, so now we're gonna stop here. Stop sharing here. PSA announcement. Don't be late. Hold on here. Long story short, PSA announcement. Don't be late for a birthday party. All right. Number 2, if you haven't driven a car in a while, just don't drive. If you haven't been in a car in a long ass time, maybe consider getting the Uber. I don't know. That's just my personal suggestion. If you're in a fucking rush, maybe not go 115 miles an hour. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. If you're a Vince McMahon, just try not to go 115 miles an hour. Just my personal preference. Okay. So there's that. All right. So there's your PSA announcement there on driving fast, getting to your any birthday party in general here. Now, we got that piece of business out the way. All right, so let's move on here next. I know my live stream is being a little janky here, so bear with me. Let's get to the final step here. To conclude this live stream here, been a very long show. Thank you very much for watching as always. So far, we kind of talked about the crate in the WWE. Like that's topical news. MJF and Adam Page, AEW's promo. We just reviewed the McMahon's car crash and a little bit of talk of the Elimination Chamber as well. And of course, we conclude the show, the future of WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble right here in Chicago. So we'll talk about that momentarily here, folks, here. And again, as always, if you're a first time watching right here and you're joining me live, give me a follow and a subscribe right here on YouTube, live on X, and live at Twitch as well here. Again, my apologies here on the very jinky audio here. The internet age, all it is, man. Comcast sucks ass, all right? So, sound like a goddamn robot, but don't worry about it. Let's continue on and trying to finish off this show here. So, of course, the main event for the episode, as I talked about, the future of WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble in Chicago, as we talked about on top of the show here, the Chicago Bears potentially building a new stadium in Northwest Indiana, Hammond, Indiana, to be exact, has been rumored. And it's been rumored for quite a while. Of course, the Chicago news outlet's been talking about it because I think this past Wednesday or Thursday, every news outlet in the Chicagoland area was talking about it. The lawmakers and our fine folks, the neighbors of Indiana, has been moving things in motion here to try to build a new stadium for the Chicago Bears in the future, right on the borderline of the Illinois and Indiana state line. Now, that being said, what does that mean for Soldier Field? I don't know. Could it be there for historic? I know it's a historic building. Will they keep it? Will they use it for something else? I don't know. Now, the original plans was build a new stadium in Arlington Heights, which is right outside the Chicagoland area, the western suburbs, not too far from O'Hare International Airport. Now, lawmakers here in Illinois was supposed to have a plan set up with a meeting with the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears decided to pull out of the meeting with the fine Illinois lawmakers. And it seemed like they're pressing on forward with the Indiana lawmakers here now. And they're kind of moving the wheels here. Now, what does that mean for professional wrestling? That could mean a lot of things. They're going to build a new stadium, right? The Chicago Bears are eyeing on a new stadium, no matter where they're going to put it at. It's going to be in Northwest Indiana, or it's going to be in Arlington Heights. Now, that a lot of things could change within the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. We know how the government works. Things change. Money comes in. Ideas comes in. What we know right now is wheels are in motion in Indiana. Now, we do when we got Indianapolis Colts, which we have the Lucas Oil Field, which we have the Royal Rumble back in 25. Now, could it be whenever they build a stadium in Chicago? Could they get a Mania? Could they get a Rumble? How much of the city of Chicago? How much of the city of Hammond or Northwest Indiana willing to put the money in? Get the biddings, because it's all about the money, right? It's all about the biddings. Who's going to fight for it? Everyone around the world, not just in the United States, everyone around the world, like London, Paris, in Germany, all these massive countries around the world are bidding for WrestleMania to come to them. Saudi Arabia, we got a Royal Rumble. They're one step from WrestleMania. So, a new stadium is being proposed for potentially Northwest Indiana. Now, I know my little volume here on my live stream is a little shitty here, but I'm going to share the screen with you guys here. Courtesy of the ChicagoTimes.com. Could it be the Hammond Bears here? You see the big article here as it's loading up here. The ChicagoSun-Times.com. Big old article on it here. Legislators seems to think that you see right there, the Chicago football team is heading after taking a legislative step forward, right on the border, right? And whenever this gets loaded here, you'll see the prop there. It is right there. The Hammond, Indiana, where it could be at. It's going to be away from downtown Chicago. All right. Now, this for Elimination Chamber this coming Saturday, the 28th, is not really in downtown Chicago, but it's pretty damn close. It's maybe 10 minutes from downtown Chicago. If you want to walk there, it's up to you. If you feel safe walking to downtown Chicago, but by car, it's about 9 or 10 minutes from the United Center. It's a beautiful view. If you go to the United Center for Elimination Chamber, it's a beautiful view to the city. You can see the L trains passing by. You can't bitch about it. It's a beautiful view. And check the Michael Jordan, MJ, the GOAT himself, statue while you're there when you can visit for the Elimination Chamber next Saturday. But so the point of the story is here, there is a stadium being built in the future here in Chicago. Where it's going to happen is yet to be seen. And that's something for eyes peeled in the near future and for our fellow Chicagoans around the area. And it's going to be very interesting to see how things will be played out, okay? So there's that. All right, so we're going to wrap things up here. My apologies on the very ending here. I think the McMahon crashing kind of jacked up my audio here. Vince got to ruin everything, right? All right, so shit happens, right? And my apologies on the audio if it sounds pretty bad. And I'm going to try to clean it up for the audio podcast if you want to listen to this back here. And that is it, man. It's Saturday night. Strickland's about to hit the cage right here in UFC Fight Night right now. So check it out if you're a big UFC fan. I'm going to watch that momentarily. Have a great weekend out there. Be safe out there. If you can hear the sound of my voice here, thank you for watching. As always, support the podcast. Scan the QR code, of course. You want to hear a better audio compared to right now. And, of course, give me a follow, subscribe right here on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, of course, and on X. So that is it, my friends. Have a great weekend. My apologies on the audio. And hopefully we'll get a better upgrade with the internet next weekend. All right. Elimination chamber style. Hopefully I can speak well. And happy weekend, my friends. Be safe out there. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.